Welcome back, friends. Today we are going to study about the crane, right? So, what is the crane? A crane is a type of a machine generally equipped with a hose rope, wire rope, or a chain, and sieves that can be used both to lift and lower material and to move them horizontally. It is mainly used for lifting heavy things and transporting them to other places. It uses one or more simple to create mechanical advantages and thus move loads beyond the normal capability of a human. Cranes are commonly employed in the transport industry for a load for the loading and unloading of freight. In the construction industry, for the movement of material, and in the manufacturing industry for the assembling of heavy equipment. So this is the parts and mechanism. This is the figure of crane and parts of the mechanism or various parts which is used in crane like hoist rope, right? Jig gay lines, jib, upper sieves, hoist rope, right? These are the different kind of parts which are used in the crane to lift the load or to move to the load, or you can say the loading or unloading of the loading. Now we are going to see the different kind of crane which are used in the general. So first, the basic lifting part of the crane is first is the lever, pulley, the hydraulic cylinder, where the balance crane contains a horizontal beam pivoted about a point called the fulcrum. A jib crane contains a tilted strut that support a fixed pulley block. Cables are wrapped multiple times round the fixed block and round another block attached to the load. For stability, the sum of the moment about any point such as the base of crane must equal to zero. If the moment is not equal to zero, then the total torque, or you can say the total load, is towards that point and crane is not the stable. So it must be the sum of moment about the point as the base of the crane must equal to zero for the stability of the crane. Now we are going to see the different kind of crane which are used in general arrangements, like on the basis of modern crane study and advancement. There are two basic types of the crane. First is the fixed crane and second one is the mobile or movable crane. A fixed crane is the type of crane which lifts the load without any appreciable movement, where the mobile crane is type of crane which moves from one place to another place, as well as movement of the crane basic tools. Like if if you see the truck crane which is move one place to another place, right, where the requirement of crane is required. So mobile crane is small, and where the fixed crane which is used for the big applications. Now, types of cranes. So, first is the tower crane. The tower crane is a modern form of balance crane, right? So, fixed to the ground, tower cranes often gives the best combination of height and lifting capacity and are used in the construction of tall building, right? So, this is the type of tower crane. This is one kind of tower crane. This figure shows the tower crane which is generally used to construct a high rise or skyscrapers, right? The jib and the counter jib are mounted to the turntable. Here, the jib and jib counter jib are mounted on the turntable where the sieving bearings and sleeving machineries are located. The counter jibs carries a counterweight. Counter jibs, counter jibs carries the counter weight to balance the load which is lifted by the tower crane. And The counter jeep carries a counterweight usually of a concrete block while the jeep suspends the load from the trolley. The hoist motor and transmission are located on the mechanical deck on the counter jeep while the trolley motor is located on the jeep. The crane operator either sits in a cabin at the top of the tower or controls the crane by radio remote control from the ground. In the first case, the operator's cabin is most usually located at the top of the tower attached to the turntable, but can be mounted on the jeep or partway down the tower. The lifting hook is operated by using electric motor to manipulate wire rope cable through a system or sieves. In order to hook and unhook the loads, the operator usually works in conjunction with signaler. They are most often in radio contact and always use hand signals, right? So the specification of this tower is lifting capacity is maximum 25 ton, working radius is 70 meter to 75 meter, and tower crane is generally used for the high rise as we discussed. Next part is the self erecting crane. The self erecting crane, generally a type of tower crane. This crane also called as self-assembling or kangaroo crane, right? Why? Because the self-erecting cranes lift themselves off the ground using jack, allowing the next section of the tower to be inserted at the ground level or lifted into the place by the partially erected crane itself. They can thus be assembled without outside help or can grow together with the building or structure they are erecting, right? So the self-erecting cranes are lift themselves off the ground using jacks, right? So these cranes are also called as the self-assembling or a kangaroo cranes, right? The specification means the lifting capacity of this kind of crane is 6 ton to 8 ton and working radius is 45 meter. The next type of the crane is hammer crane. In the hammer crane, the hammer or giant cantilever crane is fixed jeep crane consisting of a steel brass tower on which revolve a large horizontal double cantilever. Right, the forward part of this cantilever or jeep carries the lifting trolley. The jeep is extended backwards in order to form of a support for machinery and counterbalancing weight. In addition to motions of lifting and revolving, there is provided a so-called racking motion. Right, in the hammer crane, in the hammered crane, there is a racking motion is provided for the lifting and revolving motion by which the lifting trolley with the load suspended can be moved in and out along the jeep without altering the level of the load. Such horizontal movement of the load is marked feature of later crane design. These cranes are generally constructed in the large size up to 350 tons, and the design of hammer crane evolved first in Germany around the turn of the 19th century and was adopted and developed for the use in British shipyards to support the battleship construction program from 94 to 1914. The ability of the hammered crane to lift heavy weight was useful for installing large pieces of battleships such as armor plate and gun barrels. The working radius up to 70 meter, right? And the maximum lifting capacity is maximum 350 tons. The next type of the crane is gantry crane. The gantry crane has a hoist in a fixed machinery house or on a trolley that runs horizontally along rails, usually fitted on a single beam or two beams. The crane frame is supported on a gantry system with equalized beam and wheels that run on the gantry rail, usually perpendicular to the trolley travel direction. This crane comes in all size, and some can move very heavy load. Particularly the extremely large examples used in shipyard and industry installations, right? So the gantry rails are used to move the machinery parts in the industry, as well as the shipyard to move the engines, ship engines, or the larger machine elements which can't be moved by the manpower. So this is the gantry crane. The next lifting capacity of the gantry crane is maximum 5 ton to 10 ton, and working radius is 23 meter. In the construction of bridge superstructure for the lifting heavy grinder, in the ship manufacturing industry for the lifting heavy parts of the ship, the gantry crane are used, right? The next type of crane is overhead crane. Overhead crane is also known as a suspended crane. This type of crane work very similar to gantry crane, right? But instead of whole crane moving, only the hoist trolley assembly moves in one direction along one or two fixed beams, often mounted along the side walls or the elevated column in the assembly area of factory. Some of these cranes can lift very heavy loads. The capacity of the overhead cranes is generally 1 to 4 tons through 100 tons, right? Means these type of cranes are generally used in small capacity of the factory to the large capacity of the factory, where the machinery parts to move from one place to another place. The span area of this crane is 5 inch to through 125 inch, right? The next type of crane is deck crane. Deck crane located on the ships and boats. These are used for cargo operation or boat unloading and retrieval where no shore unloading facilities are available. Most are diesel hydraulic or electric hydraulic deck crane are used in the ship or boats, right? Lifting capacity is 25 to 36 ton. Working radius is 20 meter to 30 meter. Next type of crane is jeep crane. Jeep crane is type of crane where a horizontal member supporting a movable hoist is fixed to a wall or to floor mounted pillar. Jeep cranes are used in industrial premises on the military vehicles. The jeep may swing through an arc to give additional lateral movement or be fixed, right? Similar crane, often known simply as hoist, were fitted on the top floor of a warehouse building to enable goods to be lifted to all the floors. The lifting capacity of this type of crane is 1 to 300 tons. Working radius is 70 meter, right? Next type of crane is bulk handling crane. The bulk handling cranes are designed from the outset to carry a cell grab or bucket rather than using a hook and a sling. The chassis they are used for bulk cargoes such as coal, minerals, scrap metals, etc. Right. So this kind of cranes are generally used at the industrial area where the lifting capacity of this kind of crane is 120 tons and working radius is 56 meters. Now the next type of crane which are used for the mobile, which is known as the mobile crane, right? So the mobile cranes are movable from one place to another place where it requires. So first kind of crane is called as the truck mounted cranes or a mounted cranes. A crane mounted on a truck carrier provide the mobility for this type of crane. Generally, these cranes are able to travel on highways, eliminating the need for special equipment to transport the crane. When working on the job site, outriggers are extended horizontally from the chassis, then vertically to level and stabilize the crane while stationary and hoisting. Great care must be taken not to swing the load sideways from the direction of the travel, as most anti-tipping stability then lies in the stiffness of the chassis suspension. Most crane of this type of also have moving counterweights for stabilized beyond that provided by the outriggers. Factory calculated charts are used by crane operators to determine the maximum safe loads for stationary work as well as load and traveling speeds. Truck cranes range in lifting capacity from about 14.5 US tons to about 1300 US tons. Means the lifting capacity is 20 to 30 tons and working radius is 15 meter to 20 meters. Next type of crane is side lifted crane, right? This side lifted cranes is another type of movable crane, right? So the lifter crane is a road going truck or semi trailer able to hoist and transport the ISO standard containers, right? The container lift is done with parallel crane like hoist which can lift a container from the ground or from a railway vehicles. The lifting capacity of this kind of crane is 120 US ton and working radius is 50 meters. Next type of crane is rough terrain crane. Rough terrain crane is a crane mounted on an undercarriage with four rubber tires that is designed for pick and carry operation and for off-road and rough terrain applications. The outriggers are used to level and stabilize the crane for hoisting. In a rough terrain crane, the engine is usually mounted in the undercarriage rather than in the upper as with crawler crane. The lifting capacity of this kind of crane is 200 ton at 3 meter working radius, right? Next type of crane is all terrain crane, right? A mobile crane with the necessary equipment to travel at speed on public roads and on rough terrain at the job site using all wheels and trap steering. All-terrain cranes combine the roadability of truck-mounted cranes and the also maneuverability of rough terrain cranes. All terrain cranes have 2 to 9 axles and are designed for lifting loads up to 1200 metric tons. The lifting capacity of this kind of cranes are up to 300 tons. Working radius is 34 meter. The crawler crane. Next kind of crane is crawler crane. Crawler is a crane mounted on an undercarriage with a set of trucks that provide stability and mobility. Crawler cranes range in the lifting capacity from 35 to 40 tons. Crawler cranes have both advantages and disadvantages depending on their use. Their main advantage is that they can move around on the side, perform each lift with little setup. Since this crane is stable on its track with no outriggers, in addition, a crawler crane is capable of traveling with a load. The main disadvantages is that they are very heavy and cannot easily be moved from one job site to another without significant expense. Typically, a larger crawler must be disassembled and moved by trucks, rail cars, or shipped to its next locations. Next kind of next type of crane is railroad crane. A railroad crane has flying wheel for use on railroads. The simplest form is a crane mounted on a railroad car. More capable devices are purpose-built. Different types of crane are used for maintenance work, recovery operation, and frame loading in goods yards. It may be used for installing signal equipments or point work. For example, while more specialized types of are used for track laying. Next type of crane is floating crane. Floating cranes are used mainly in bridge building and port construction, but they are also used for occasional loading and unloading of especially heavy or awkward load on the off ships. Some floating cranes are mounted on a pontoon, other than others are specialized crane bears with a lifting capacity exceeding 10,000 tons and have been used to transport entire bridge sections. Floating cranes have also been used to salvage sunken ships. The crane vessels are often used in offshore constructions. The largest revolving cranes can be found on SSCV Cape, which has two cranes with a capacity of 7,100 metric tons. Next type of crane is aerial crane. The aerial crane are helicopter used for lifting weights. They are one of the mobile crane types, right? Also, they are called as the sky cranes. These helicopters lift the loads along by the long cables. They are used in remote and accessible place where it is very hard to get any kind of crane. This place like building tops, hills or mountains top and other places that cost a lot of money and time to get any other crane like telescopic or tower cranes, right? So the aerial cranes are economically and quick in their work, but nothing is all good. They also have some disadvantages like the load limit they can lift and the skills need near these cranes. Causes of cranes failure, right? There are some causes or some failures in the cranes to be solved to design the crane, right? So to design the crane, we should have to remove this kind of causes, which is failure in the crane. The main causes of the crane failure are listed as struck by the load, electrocutions, crash during the assembly or disassembly, failure of boom or failure of cable, crane tip over, struck by cab or counterweight, and falls. So we can remove or we can redesign the crane to remove this kind of failures. We have to design the rope which are used in crane. So we have to design the wire rope. Also we have to design the crane as the stress concentration factor, right? So these are the causes which can be done due to the failure of the crane. The crane safety must be required, or you can say the precautions to be taken to drive the crane. Examine the load chain for damage or twist, or the wire rope for nicks or fraying. Check the hooks. If it's out of shape, don't use it. This may indicate the internal damage. Avoid shock loads. Don't run the hook with a slack chain. Bring the chain or wire to a taut position before lifting. To avoid damage to the hoist, the rope or chain should always be in the straight line from the hoist to hook. Avoid snagging a load while lifting. Avoid jogging the load. When using a wire rope hoist, check the wire on the drum. Don't let it get out the grooves and piles upon itself, right? So this is the safety tips which is used to drive a crane. We will study the design of wire rope which is used in the crane, and also we will study about the concentration factor of this crane in our next lecture.